Welcome to the West Coast Rum Society, where we encourage you to discuss rum. Right now, I want to talk to you about Foursquare Distillery coming out of Barbados with master distiller Richard Seal. As you can see here on the table, I have a number of the releases coming out of Foursquare, or maybe you don't know that, but some of the releases coming out of Foursquare, the RL Seal line, the Dorley's line, the Real McCoy line, and of course the Exceptional Cask series. The 2004, 2005, 2007 releases are all, for the most part, still widely available in the U.S., although if you find the 2004, 2005, now is the time to snatch those up. Those allotments are drying up. Premise, for the most part, still widely available, and the newest release, Sagacity, which hit full distribution here in the United States probably around mid-April. Sagacity is a blend of pot and column stills aged 12 years in ex-bourbon and ex-Madeira casks. Now, for those of you coming from the bourbon whiskey world, what you may not understand about rum is that as far as whiskeys go, the TTB in the United States has very specific criteria and standards set out for what can be classified as an American whiskey, Canadian whiskey, a Scotch whiskey, an Irish whiskey. When it comes to rum, it's basically anything distilled from sugarcane juice, molasses, that's a rum. It's basically like 3 sentences. And it may be a little more specific than that, but for the most part, it's that vague. It's just everything gets thrown into this one lump category of just rum. And there's a lot of distillers out there that aren't real honest about what they're producing or what they're selling on the market as rums. They're adding sugars, additional sugars, so when you drink it neat, it's of course really sweet because they've added a ton of sugar to it. Well, down in Barbados with Richard Seal, he's all about transparency. And when it comes to transparency, when it comes to value and quality, there's no one doing it better, and it's not even close. I'm a huge fan of everything that Foursquare releases, and Sagacity, I picked this up about a month ago, and as you can see, I went pretty aggressive on the bottle right after I got it, but I stepped away from it for the last 3-4 weeks because I wanted to give you some fresh, I wanted to get a fresh taste on it to give you some tasting notes. This, as I said, 12 years ex-bourbon, ex-Madeira casks, and as you can see from the bottle, just a beautiful amber color to it. On the nose, lots of red berries, vanilla, toasted coconut, a little bit of honey. Yeah, just a really balanced sweetness to it. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Yeah, there's a lot going on here, a lot of really good things. So right off the jump, you get this just burst of vanilla and berries, and then it kind of crescendos into this spice, probably somewhat from the Madeira cask finish, but then it just rolls off into this long, lingering, just vanilla, toasted coconut, a little bit of oiliness, a little bit of jamminess, but just lingers on and on. Oh yeah, it's so balanced. So balanced and so approachable. This is a rum that will hit a lot of different palates. In fact, this would be a great rum to bring into a blind tasting with some of your whiskey and bourbon friends. Invite 3, 4, 5 of your biggest whiskey bourbon fans over. Throw in 3 or 4 whiskeys you know they really like, and throw in a couple good ones, like really good ones. And throw this in there, but don't tell anybody that you threw rum in there. And I think you'll be surprised at the results. This will stand up to a lot of bourbons and whiskeys that are 3 or 4 times the price of this. And I think will open a lot of eyes and palates to what rum is capable of. This is extremely approachable. This will hit a lot of people's palates in the right place. There's a smoothness, a little bit of a spice that falls off into a lingering sweetness. This is one that will convert a lot of people to what rum is capable of and open their eyes to what is possible in the rum world and how these rums can stand up to a lot of the great bourbons and whiskeys, scotches that are out there. So yeah, it's so balanced, so approachable. Sagacity from Foursquare. Go find it now. And like I said, this is a great rum to bring into a blind tasting with some of your bourbon and whiskey friends. It's Sagacity from Foursquare. Until next time, cheers.